They sprinting away from the 1200 meter marker. Prince Pronti jumped a little bit awkwardly as one of the trailers early on. The Grey Crusaders also giving them 6-7 length start early on. LOTSA Silver the first to go. Gordonston is right there. King of Samash has got the red cap, and Spring Lightning's a fighter near the rail, being passed by Golden Tower on the outside. Then Mystical Summer. Caprera's racing about 6 lengths off them with Raceful Graham. Further back, Prince Ponty. The Grey Crusader has given them 7 length start as they turn for home. LOTSA Silver is in front. On the outside of that, King of Samash with the red cap. Gordonston is third. On the outside, Golden Tower. Down the inside, Spring Lightning. They're followed by Raceful Graham. Capera is going to make a run down the inside. LOTSA Silver the leader. Caprera on the outside, King of Samash, and then Gordonston. But LOTSA Silver with still a big lead, but Caprera is trying to close it down on the outside of that one, King of Samash. But it's LOTSA Silver. LOTSA Silver by 2 or 3. Caprera is running on for second, but LOTSA Silver won it. Caprera ran second. Third place, Gordonston, and then the Grey Crusader. Number 2, LOTSA Silver, the Silvano, Tony Riverland, Brandon Lorino for Mary Liley. And they win it by 1.5 lengths. The second horse, number 10, Caprera, is going to make improvement, especially over more ground. Third to Gordonston, and then number 1, the Grey Crusader, the tote favourite, runs fourth. Further back was Raceful Graham, Prince Ponty, and then came King of Samash, followed by Golden Tower, they say. So LOTSA Silver was always prominent, and the Silvano kicks away, bred by Dr. Marion Thompson, Ambient Stud, and it pays up at 3.70. The tote favourite was number 1, the Grey Crusader. Next up, it's the first leg of the new Turf Carriers Ryder Cup. It's over 1,400 metres. Back to the studio.
Just seen the running of race number 2, Global Bloodstock Logistics, maiden plate over 1,200 meters, and nice to have Shazy Jr. on course, Mike Shea, who's a representative of Global Bloodstock Logistics. Thanks, Mike, for coming down and assisting us with the presentation. Before we even do it, really nice to be involved in a day like this with good mates of yours, New Turf.
Yeah, Matthew gave me a shout and said we must pull in, so we brought the whole family and everybody. And congratulations to the owners. And this is on behalf of AJ and his team.
Well, who are you backing today from the 3 provinces? You got the boys from Cape Town, Highveld and KZN. If you had to have a bet, having a look at their rides?
It's a tough card, Dees. It's a bookmaker's dream today, I think. I think the only bet I'll be having today is Jordan Spieth lifting the claret jug.
Watch out for Tiger. Thanks, Mike.
No problem.
Lovely. Let's get Brandon Lorena in before we hand over the champers to him. Brandon, great ride, confident ride. You knew you had arguably the right horse in the field, and therefore wasted no time.
Yeah, he's so quick out the gates. I think that's the way he would have liked the race to be run. So I just let him, go with the pace, and he settled nicely in the front, and he waited for him to challenge him. That was crucial today. He didn't turn it on at the top of the straight. He waited for a bit of opposition. And he kicked away and won a good race.
Look at him in the parade ring. You can see why Mrs. Mary Liley paid 1.1 for him, because he looks like a lovely horse.
Yeah, he's a beautiful horse to sit on as well. He's got a good action. He obviously took a while to put it together. But I think he's got hope with winning a few more races. In this over this kind of trip, the divisions aren't too strong, so hopefully he can win another 1 or 2.
Anything else from your side later on?
Obviously we're hoping for the Ryder Cup races. But other than that, Final Judgment's got her poly debut today. She's working very well. And the last time she was drawn 1 at Greyville, she won a Group 2. So I'm just hoping she can emulate that performance, and she might be in the winner's box.
I wish you boys in your team all the best, and hopefully Final Judgment can do it for you as well. But a nice start to the meeting and a good ride here as well, Brandon.
Thanks so much, Dees. Thanks to Mr. Riv and Terry and Mrs. Lally, of course. Mr. Riv sometimes doesn't want to put me on. I think it's because sometimes I take the bull by the horns too quickly, and he's a bit scared of that. But I don't do it out of malice. I try to do the best. So thanks for keeping me on this one.
Well done.
Thank you.
Your champers, Brandon, before you go. Lovely. And that will be kept for later on when KZN takes home the title. Okay, Tony Riverlin, the trainer. Lovely looking horse, Tony, and superbly turned out by you, and looked like the right type of feel for him.
Yeah, it did, Dees, and especially from a good draw. He's got a lot of gate speed, natural toe, and I thought, I must say, on his work during the week he'd win, but this month our horses have run poorly. They've looked well, worked well at home, and they've been flat a long way out in a race, and it has been worrying me a bit. Blood's shown nothing. Back in their mangers, sound, it's a bit difficult. You get on the back foot a bit, so it has worried me a bit. But I must say his work had been good in the week.
Brandon, no mistakes?
It was a pretty straightforward ride. He's got so much gate speed, he was there. There was nothing to follow, and from there it was straightforward, I suppose.
Terry did a bit of interviews for USO, but maybe we'd like your input later on today.
We got Show Me Your Rosio's favourite, and she's very fit. And I think 7 furlongs on the poly, that's most probably her long suit. But she's a little bit unpredictable, Dee, so I do worry a little bit about her. In the last race, we've got Elusive Quality. I'm a bit worried about the distance. He's a strong horse and he can over-race a bit, and he's drawn a little wide. So we're going to need a bit of luck. If he can get some cover early on, then I think he'll run a big race. But if he's over-racing a little, then it could be a problem.
Really, really nice to see Mrs. Liley still loving the game, passionate about the game, coming to the track and, just showing a lot of interest for a sport that she's so passionate about.
It's incredible to think how long Mrs. Liley's been in this racing game, and to have this kind of passion. You've got to have a good sense of humour, deep pockets, and definitely passion. And that she has all three.
Tony, nice bottle of champagne for you.
Thank you, Dee.
Lovely. That's from Matthew Say. And then the lady of the turf, pleasure chatting to her on and off air. 1.1 million this individual cost, and she was not shy. As Tony mentioned, you need big pockets. Mrs. Liley, you like this horse a lot?
Did he really cost that amount?
Yes, he did.
Oh.
He must have
I've forgotten about that.
Yeah, but he's
let's hope he's worth it. But he won well. He won nicely, yes. And we were having such a bad run that I didn't think it was possible to win another race.
When I saw you in the ring there, I thought that you could have a decent day today.
Well, I hope so. But I don't think the others are too strong. But we will see. Anyway, thanks to the stable and everybody connected. And it was a nice win. Thanks to Brandon. He got him going. I thought he'd gone to the front too soon, but as it happens, no, he hadn't. So...
I must just mention again, as I mentioned, Tony, that passion is just lovely to see, for a lady that's been involved in the game for this long. And I asked you about the recipe to success a few meetings back, and you just said, bite the bullet, huh?
Well, as a friend of mine said once, you've got to have a reason to get up in the mornings. And maybe racing's one of the reasons I get up.
What about a glass of champagne? Do you have that every now and again?
No, not really.
Well, you got a bottle of champagne. That's why I asked Mrs. Liley. So maybe you're going to donate that to somebody.
I've got friends that love it.
Okay, that's one for one of your friends. But nice having you on track, and well done with this win.
Thank you, Dees.
Lovely. That's Mrs. Liley with a bottle of champagne from Mike Shea. And then the groom is Vuyusani in Gulele. Vuyusani, well done. You got a nice cash prize there. Thanks to Global Bloodstock Logistics. Thanks, Mike. Thanks for coming down, assisting us with the presentation here for race number 2. 2:10.7 and 1. That's the way they cross the line. Race number 2. Up next, it's the big one. It is the start of the Pick 6, which is race number 3. And that's where the Ryder Cup will begin as well. It'll be leg 1, 13:40, 20-2.